Morgan may be a bit nutty, but hey, at least she's honest. That's right, Unstoppable Morgan. I mean, look, the girl, she tells you about her grandfather, she tells you about her drinking, she tells you about when she stops drinking, she tells you when she's falling off the wagon, she loses her mind when it's too hot and she can't deal in Florida. I mean, look, that's right. The Unstoppable one. That's right, the Unstoppable one. Yes, Morgan is telling it like it is once again. Now she talks about living on the road and filming and uploading.
I thought that I would be able to go out into like the wilderness, set up a little camp shower, a little camp bathroom, be able to cook my food on the fire, get a bunch of content, drive into town, edit that content and then drive into town, upload it, and just do that on a constant basis.
But
it doesn't really work out that way. It's not that easy. And every time I stop somewhere, it's just this game of Tetris where you're just organizing. And then realistically, to be cooking in the outdoors and to be setting up camp and living outside is just like a full-time job. And so I film all that, right?
That's right. She films all that. That's what she's talking about. She talks about, all the footage that she does have. But when she doesn't take the time to sit down and edit it and everything, then it gets all chaotic and there's just so much and she starts to add more and then it just turns into a big cluster, to put it bluntly. Now Morgan goes on to talk about the reality of the amount of time that it takes to do just the everyday things.
And again, it's just, get out all the food and then put all the food away and get out, try to find a place to shower, try to find a place to use the restroom. I don't have all those normal amenities, so it makes everything I do it takes a long time. Gosh, I woke up the other morning, if I could find the footage, everything's getting so buried at this point. It was like 1:00 by the time I was done with my morning routine of waking up, get ready for the day. I've been staying more in towns recently because I just need internet. Because I keep thinking I'm going to upload. I have to get this going. It's the only way I make money.
Yeah, so, hey, I just got done talking about this, didn't I? Didn't I just get done talking about, driving, setting up, tearing down, getting food out and cooking stuff out and then cooking and then washing up and putting it all away and then going and doing laundry and finding a place to shower and finding a place to get water and all this shit takes time. When you're living in a vehicle, it takes a lot of time. And I've heard stories. Yes, I've been told about a few of these nomadic YouTubers that spends a big majority of their day in their rig editing. They go out and film and then they go in and edit. They'll pop out once in a while to eat and socialize a bit and then back in to finish editing and start the upload process. They pop back out for a while and then back in to check on the progress of the upload. And then depending on where they are, that could take hours. When the upload's finished, now it's time for thumbnails, title, tags, and all the other shit that goes along with it. Then the next thing is, the comments. You have to engage. You have to go in and you have to read the comments and answer the comments. So again, I ask, when is the time for adventure? Now I add all in all the daily things, the things we just talked about, and it's all a big show. It's made to appear as if the person is traveling, seeing the sights, going on adventures, and living the dream. When in reality, they're filming and then running to edit and do the YouTubey thing. This is why we see so many how to shit in a bucket videos. It's not because they're running out of content. It's because they don't have any time to do the YouTube thing and shit, shower, and save, so they just film it and throw it up there. I mean, come on. I bet you people out there that have never even been in an RV know how to dump a gray in a black tank by now, don't you? Morgan also talked about the way she spent her YouTube money. Yeah, she's aware that she pissed most of it away. She knows that moving from the Bronco to a truck camper thingy was not the best idea either. She doesn't want a house, but she does want living space and basic amenities. Can you blame her? Took her long enough to figure that out, right? Now, not that long ago, and in a galaxy not too far away, Unstoppable Morgan was pretty much that. She was unstoppable. She was a whirlwind and churned out content. Her unpredictable antics made Morgan YouTube famous. And come on, she was making some bank. Morgan then disappeared for a while. I've said this many times. If you even get sick and don't post for 2 or 3 weeks, it's like you're a no-call, no-show at a job. They clean out your locker and send you your last paycheck. YouTube don't give 2 shits. When Morgan did make her return, yes, things are a little bit different. The Unstoppable one wasn't getting views like before. The money was coming in, but not like it was. Morgan even lashed out at people like Nikki Delthal because Nikki, she didn't take a break, and she was getting those numbers, those views, and all that money like Morgan used to get. Now, when it comes to time and having time when you're a YouTuber, see, here's what a lot of people don't know or just don't think about. See, all the big YouTubers, they do very little work. Now, sure, they used to in the beginning. They worked hard at first to build their channel and their brand. But once the money starts flowing, they pay to have everything done. Everything's outsourced. I mean, some YouTubers will spend, like 2 days filming 7 days of shit. Then they send it all out to an editor. That's right. They send it all out, say, here's this, deal with it. Someone makes their thumbnails, and some even have scripts written for them. Now, you see this a lot with the pop culture and news channels. People do the research, and others write the script. The talent, or the person that has the channel, they just sit in front of the camera and record. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is done by staff. There are reaction channels that have people that send them TikToks or the Reddit post or whatever. And the talent, again, watches or reads them for the very first time on camera and reacts. And then the footage is sent off to be edited by someone else, and so on, and so on. That's all they do, is they just talk to the camera. Everybody else does all the work. Most of these big influencers and everybody else, especially the real celebrities, do you have an Instagram? Do you have a Facebook? Do you have a Twitter? Sure I do. What's on it? I don't have a clue. Someone is my social media person. They take care of all that. They find pictures. They take pictures. They do posts. If somebody says anything, they answer for me. I don't have a clue what is on my social media. I'm busy living my life. I don't have time for this shit. The point is that once you make the big bucks, don't blow it like a teen with a fake ID at a strip club. Hire someone. They do the time-consuming work. You have time to actually do the things you pretend to do. You can live that life you are trying so desperately to sell everyone. I mean, if you want to be your own boss and make YouTube your jobby poo, start treating it like a damn business. Just think, at the end of the year, when you start getting your 1099s, you don't need to freak out. You'll have a payroll to write off. Along with all the other things that you should already be smart enough to be using for write-offs. But we won't get into that. I guess Morgan should have listened to her boyfriend, the one that she no longer has. And, she was all about hitting the road in a truck. She wanted to go to Alaska. She couldn't because she didn't get the jab, and Canada said, you're not driving through here to get to Alaska. Sorry about your luck. So that fell through. Anyway, he was kind of, he had his brain twisted on, and he was like, look, he was logical. He said, look, gas prices are high and all this other shit. It's not a good idea, at the time to be jumping in vehicles and driving all over Hell's Creation. It's not a good idea. And with 2 people and 3 dogs, and we're going to have to drive around in 2 vehicles. It's going to be too expensive and very impractical. Well, now Morgan is seeing the flaw in her plans, the truck, the trip, and it's all not turning out as she had planned. If Morgan would have just watched a few of my videos, she would have heard about how much time is spent living in a vehicle, She would have, heard me talk about how it's harder to find a place to camp than it was just a few years ago. If she would have listened to her boyfriend, she wouldn't be making videos right now about things not working out, right? Now, I'm sure that this won't keep Morgan down for long. I'm sure she will come up with another nutty plan. I mean, after all, she is the unstoppable one, right? Hey, but you don't have to agree with me. That's never the point here.
What was that thing you say?
That's the way I see it.
That's it. That's the way he sees it. Not me. I can't say that, but he can say that.
What we do here is go back.